Hello, hello, hello. What's happening out there? Let me give Facebook a chance to get the notifications out to everyone so you guys can know to get on. All right, we got a few people coming in. If you're here watching live, just feel free to give a comment so I can give you a shout out. And so happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hopefully everyone is doing pretty good. And today, once we get on, I want to talk about one of the biggest mistakes you can make when you are a part of My Daily Choice. And it's not as obvious as you would think. So as people get on here, if you watch the replay, even though we have great momentum, I want to talk about the biggest mistakes that obviously newbies can make. And this is something that, people would actually happen to stumble upon and make. And that big mistake is, folks, a lot of times you got to realize that when you have your opportunity with Fuel Factor X, you got to realize that your offer actually has value. And a lot of times when people pay money for something, or when there's a cost to do something, people look at cost and then they look at if the value exceeds that cost, and they're going to spend money. And so if we're looking at everything that's happened as a whole, gas is getting more expensive by the day. Sometimes you might go to sleep and gas is one price, you wake up, it's a little bit higher. And so if you look at what a dollar can do, you look at the value of a dollar and what the dollar is, how many things can you buy today right now for a dollar? What can a dollar get you? Dollar can't get you much, right? And so $1 really doesn't have any value. So what you have to do is you have to look when people collectively add those dollars together, then they're looking for value. One of the biggest values that we have is right now we have a product that has immense value. It's the Fuel Factor X product. And the reason why this has value is because if you look at this and you understand the value that you have in your hand, you'll know that you have something. What's up, Stanley? You know that you have something that literally changes the financial dynamic of a person going to the gas station, literally. So if we were to take $1 and you were to take 1 gallon of gas, 1 gallon of gas was worth $5 for 1 gallon, right? That's what's in people's mind is $5. When you share your Fuel Factor X with people, when you share the value of your My Daily Choice, I want you to share your value from a position of authority, right? Like if I call like my relatives and say, hey, I got a pot of gold in my house, either they're going to get excited and come or they're not. Either way, you have something valuable. And so one of the biggest mistakes I think people are really kind of not understanding is that with this offer, with Fuel Factor X, you have tremendous value. I'm going to show you how to position your statements when you're introducing this to people so that they know the value that you have. So let me shout out Ms. Eva. Can't get nothing for a dollar. You right about that? Good stuff. Thank you. What's going on? Now, think about this. If you have a product, right? And that product is $59, it's $60. If you take $60 and you spend something, then a lot of times when you're spending $60, you're going to get something that you believe or buy that is worth, bare minimum, that's worth $60. Well, our product, even though the cost is $60, the worth is over $500. And when you have an offer of Fuel Factor X, or when you show people that, hey, we can save you money in gas, you're coming to the realization of what it does for people, right? The amount of gas that it will stretch for you, the amount of things it will do for your car, the amount of benefit that you will get when putting this in your car literally brings the value of everything way over probably $500 a bottle. Because if you got to think of this, number one, you can't control gas prices, but you can control how often you go. Well, this is giving people extra fuel economy so we don't have to go as often, right? Some people have used this and got an extra 200 miles of free gas, right? And so if you look at that, the value of our product is immensely huge. And when I talk to people about it, or if I invite someone to come, and if you really want to be serious about this, is right now, people are denoting gas with something expensive. That's in their mind. I mean, gas is expensive. When you talk about saving money in gas, they've already defined gas as an expensive thing. Well, what you do with fuel factor is, because of that, you got to position your statement so that you're offering more value. And I think the biggest mistake people are making here when they come is they're not realizing the value that they have with their MyDailyChoice business. I mean, it's extremely valuable. So when I'm reaching out to someone, I'll say, "Hey, Bob, how's it going? Pretty good. What do you think about those gas prices?" Oh my gosh, just ask someone what they think about their gas prices, right? Get them talking about that. What do you think about the gas prices? Oh my goodness. They're going to immediately go into some type of pain, even with small pain. And the pain they're going to go into is like, oh my goodness, it's just too high. Right now, it's painful for the pump at everyone. So when I reach out to people, and this is just having conversations, this is just if you want to connect. I'm not even talking about automation. This is just connecting with people, because at the end of the day, this is a people business. And so if I say, "Hey, Bob, how's it going? Pretty good. What do you think about the gas prices?" Oh my goodness, they just keep getting higher every day. Well, Bob, I found a way to beat the gas prices. Really? I found a way that is allowing me to save up to $37 every time I fill up. Wow. That's awesome. And so Bob, my question to you is, would you like to save money on your fill ups? Bob will say, "Yeah." And what you do basically is say, "All right, Bob, I'm going to send you a small video to watch. It's going to tell you exactly this fuel saving technology and how we have hundreds or even thousands of people that know about this. They're saving money. And the only problem that we have is not enough people don't know about it. But I'm going to let you know about it. So, you can send them to your video or whatever you have, send them to whatever material and have them watch it. And if they're really, really interested, then they'll come back to you, they'll watch it, they'll have questions. You say, "Hey, look, check out this replay here, or check out this video. It tells you exactly how it works and tells you exactly how it saves your money in gas." Or, "Hey, we actually have a live gas savings seminar coming up. It's talking all about saving gas. Would you like to come?" And it's Tuesday and Thursday. Invite them to a live presentation. We tell them all about how this saves money in gas. And what'll happen is, they'll see the picture, and then they'll know other people in their mind automatically. So because we have a special product at a special time, there's no better point in time where you're going to have a more positive response than now. Now, you're going to have some people that are skeptical. Nothing you can do about that. But the majority of the people, if you tell them you found a way to save over $37 or $20, whatever your car is, if you found a way to save money on gas, they're going to listen. And so you got to know the value of that business. And by knowing the value of this business, you'll know how to present it a little bit better. Because, some people are saying, hey, the approach to people is more so on the explosive end, but it's not, you're not having dialogue with people, right? So when you approach people, get them to talk. "Hey, what do you think about those gas prices?" Just ask the person, "What do you think about those gas prices?" Man, like if I'm in public, "Hey, what do you think about those gas prices?" Man, let them talk about them, and then let them know, "Hey, I have found a way. I found a way to beat the gas prices. As a matter of fact, this allows me to save up to $25 every time I fill up." Really? And so they'll be interested. And then from there, you say, "Hey, listen, do you mind if I send some information that could help you and your family, save money on fuel every fill up?" Cool. Or, "Hey, before you get your next fill up, let me send you this link to watch. Before your next fill up, you should watch this. It'll be really, really beneficial to you." So, even without the automation, it comes down to being a people business. And it comes down to, even though I automate a lot, I do have a lot of traffic, I still talk to people, or I give people a call that's in my phone, or I talk to my friends, I talk to my family members about it. And I just keep them informed, because, this product is just too valuable not for you not to talk about it. It's just too valuable. And so don't make the mistake of underestimating the value of what you have. Because right now, the most valuable thing that most people have right now, you consider money, you consider precious metals, you consider crypto. Right now, the most valuable commodity on the planet right now is fuel. That's the most valuable commodity. Yeah, gold here and there, but you can't put gold in your car. Yeah, you can trade, you can sell gold. Gold is amazing. Gold is an excellent resource. I think, everyone should have gold and silver. They should have precious metals. Everyone should. But at the same time, it's about preaching and education to people and letting people know the value of the dollar and having them understand, or having them have some type of financial awareness outside of the US dollar. But everyone understands the value of gas. That's across the board. It's across the country. Doesn't matter. Whoever you are, when we mention gas, you immediately are going to associate value with that. And any product that can save you gas is going to immediately have a huge value. So again, remember this: when the value exceeds the cost, people will buy from you. And so if you're a person that's looking at Fuel Factor X, so you're looking at MyDailyChoice, and you're wondering, is this the best opportunity I'm going to have to really be able to capitalize off of what's going on around the world, around the nation? The answer to that is that window of opportunity that's open is closing by the day. And what I mean by that is, you got to think, if you're let's just say you're in a city, right? And you discover this, and there's nobody in your city that's really doing this, or you haven't seen a lot of people do it in your city. Well, by the time you discover or you find Fuel Factor X and you're thinking about it, the minute you see it, your window of opportunity starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, why is that, Melvin? Why is my window of opportunity shrinking? I'm going to tell you why it's shrinking. Number one, it's shrinking because when you see something, you got to think. Social media moves fast. And so if you discover this and you're the only one in your area, you got a small window of opportunity to let everyone in your area know about it, right? And I would say do the 10-mile test. Anyone know what the 10-mile test is? I would say if you saw this opportunity and you're involved, here's your 10-mile test. If you drive 10 miles, would you have your flyer in a restaurant? Would you have passed them out, in houses? Can you find your advertising within a 10-mile radius? Do you have business cards out there? Have you sent them to your neighbors? Have you given them to people in your 10-mile radius from your home? That's how you get your home, right? Have you let people know that live within 10 miles of you what you have? You can start there in a 10-mile radius. So if you're not, you're causing window opportunity to reduce, because if you don't let them know, well, guess what? Somebody in your area is going to hear it somewhere, and they're going to be within a 10-mile radius of you, and they might be a person that says, you know what? This is too valuable to sit on. And they will go out and they will be in your 10-mile radius, because that person that could have been on your team, that you could have been leveraging and making money every time they share. Well, guess what? Because you're sitting there watching and sitting on your hands, because gas is such a hot topic, one of your neighbors within your 10-mile radius is going to be around you, and they're going to have all of your potential customers. Why? Because you're still deciding or trying to think, is this a good thing to do? Well, while you're thinking, that window of opportunity is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You got to think, I didn't have a lot of team. Really, I'm going to go to a particular city here. I did not have a lot of people in the Atlanta, Georgia area at first when I first started. Now, Atlanta, Georgia is going to be a hot spot for this product. I got Reggie in this group going out there. I have my man, Mr. Mosley out there. There are teams now growing in the Atlanta area. And, it's, if you'd have kind of caught wind of this, let's say 2 months ago, that could have been your team growing. But there's a team, but right now we have people who, I'm probably going to say that's my man Charles Brewington's team that's growing, because he jumped in when the opportunity was new. And so even though it's all my team, it's the people who were positioned to take advantage of that. And so while this is growing in Atlanta, it's going to be starting to grow in other cities. This is going to be viral. And so again, if you're seeing this and you haven't taken action, or you taken action but you're sitting on your hands, the more and more people know about this, that window that you have of really exploding shrinks by the day when it comes down to FFX. So while we're in a season that is rare, I would advise you, if you're watching this video, take advantage of it. And people always say, how much does it cost me to get started? Well, I'm going to be very upfront about the cost. Fuel Factor X and MyDailyChoice in particular, you have a free business. Repeat that. Yeah, you have initially a free business. They're going to give you a free website. They're going to give you free tools. They're going to give you a free back office. And they have some amazing tools that you can use by yourself. They have landing pages back there, a few capture pages if you want to use them. They have some tools back there. So they're going to give you a lot of free stuff. When you join our team, we're going to give you even more free things, right? And so for free, you can do business. And even if you don't buy a product, you can earn 25% commission, but that's it. That's not a lot, right? But if you really don't want to leave any money on the table, literally, you can make an investment. I'm going to show you what the investment is, so you know. I'm going to go here and I'm going to show you how to get started. And I'm going to tell you that really it might cost you something, but it doesn't cost you anything in the long run. Well, what do you mean by that, Mel? What do you mean it doesn't cost me anything? So let me show you what the cost would be to get started if you want to go, if you want to really maximize this, and we're going to get into some comments. So I'm going to share my screen and let me tell you exactly, I'm going to draw out your costs, okay? I'm going to draw out your costs and you're going to see that it costs you money not to be involved. Yeah, this is the only thing that costs you money. If you're watching it right now and you're not involved or you didn't get involved, it's actually costing you potential profit. It's costing you money as well as profit. So it's going to cost you money out of your household. It's going to cost you profit by not taking action. And I'm going to share with you why I say that. And so let me open up a little screen right here. We're going to do a little drawing here, a little writing. Sometimes I like to write on this whiteboard. I love having a whiteboard to write on. And so let me hook it up really quick. Yeah, sometimes I don't prepare to write on the whiteboard, but some situations, just call for it. All right, cool. So let me show you let me paint out the real cost of this. All right. So let me share my screen and I'm going to do it here. Share screen. Okay. When you get started with Fuel Factor X, it costs $139 plus shipping. That is your executive package. When you get the executive package, that gives you the ability to earn up to a 50% commission on business volume, and you get paid 4 levels deep. Plus, you are eligible to earn binary pay, or eligible to qualify to earn binary pay. So once you do that, you can be qualified to receive up to 15% binary commissions, check matches, and all types of the 7 streams of income that we pay you. So let me just get out of this, and I'm going to show you this on the board. And so let me show you the real cost of doing business. So the real cost of doing business, and we're going to talk about the real cost, is this. You pay, remember, the business is free. We don't charge you any monthly fees for your website or anything. There's no monthly fee. So free business. All right. The only thing you do to increase your earnings is you can buy a product. We're going to call this the exec pack. At, let's say, I think with taxes like $145 or something like that. Could be shipping, it'll vary. Now, with the exec pack, you're going to get the 4-ounce bottle of FFX. And then you're going to get 20 treatments. So let's talk about the value. We just talked about the cost. let's talk about the value of what you have in your hands. The value, okay? I showed you cost. 145 is your cost, your temporary cost. Now I'm going to show you value. If my man Mark was on here, he'll get the tax implications, but I know enough to do that. So let's talk about the value. One bottle of FFX, and I can tell you this by hand, could be worth up to $500 in gas savings. That's your value, right? 145 for 500 worth of gas. Yeah, that's cool. Now we have 20 individual treatments, right? And so these can sell up to $10. So that's an extra $200 in individual treatments. So that's the value that these present to people, over $700 in gas savings. But let's talk about this. Because of how it's built, your engine life could be extended by 40%, and you get more horsepower, more HP. And so it could also save you, in addition to being worth $700, it could also save you, let's just say, about $1,500 in repairs and potential maintenance. So now if I were to give this product an evaluation just based off the value, not the cost, the value, right? If I could do that, then literally we have a product that has potentially over $2,200 in value. And this is why people will buy, because if I put this out here, you have $2,200 in value, right? And that's a give or take, right? It depends on your car, right? It's give or take. So $2,100 in value, $2,200 in value for 145. Now let me tell you this, the 145 that you pay, let me get the stupid rule out the way. Minus auto, but the 145 that you pay, I'm going to tell you something about that. This is your initial investment, right? Okay. What is this? You are what? In a business, right? So 145, you're in a business. So let me look up something right quick, because I believe that there are IRS implications if you're in a business about making an investment. So anytime you do a business, you can actually get a return on your taxes. So let's just look up the IRS rule too, because I want to make sure that I'm completely accurate. So IRS business deductions. Okay. Let's see what it says. Let's just pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up for 2022. They might have stayed the same. But give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Irs Business Deductions for 2022. And let me make sure I have it from the IRS website. So let's see. All right, I'm going to pull this up so we all have the good rules here. Let's see, let me find it here. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so let's see. The IRS says that you can actually deduct business expenses, and that's what that becomes. That becomes an actual business expense. And I'm trying to see if I can pull it up and get the find the exact code in IRS, but I don't need to do all that. You guys can go to irs.gov and look at it for yourself. But as I look for the business expenses in the IRS, it literally spells it out for you. So anytime that you're in business, some of the investment that you're making towards business is a tax deductible activity. That means you can deduct that from your taxes. So what that means is if I go to share and I'm going to go back to my screen, and I'm not a tax expert, but this is what I'm saying. This 145 you have right here. Well, that's a deduction. And anytime you pay money towards a business, even though you're getting a product, that's the deduction. So all your business expenses, you get those back if you file them at the end of the year. So when people tell me, hey, I lose money in network marketing. Well, the thing about it is you never lose money because if you're smart enough, you'll file it as a deduction. So literally, how do you lose money in a network marketing company when you get it back? And so I'm going to educate. So people say, oh man, I'm losing money. Well, this product, you don't lose money because you think about it. If I put 145 in and I'm getting that back every time I buy something from the website. So every time I buy my hemp cream, every time I buy my fuel factor, every time I buy my gummies, every time I buy my nice gummies, my CBD, my pet stuff, well, those are all tax deductions. I get that money back pretty much. So this stuff, the stuff I order every month, the subscription I order every month, that whole thing is tax deductible. So what does it really cost me in business? It costs me nothing but time. It costs me my time. That's pretty much it. And the value, we're going to go to value because of the deductions I get, because I can get things like this. The value is far greater. So, okay, I buy some hemp, right? I buy some hemp, which has actually, I'm going to go in front of you and say this. I'm completely 100% pain-free of my back and of my knees. So I can go back to the gym now and start working out because I put on some weight. And the value of this was far greater to me than anything. This costs $99, but you know what? The value is far worth it to me because I don't have any back pain and I don't care who you are. You really can't put a value on pain relief. You can't put a value on pain. It's almost invaluable, right? And so as I sit down and I look at this business model and we go through everything I just went through, what does it really cost you to get started? The value of this business far outweighs the cost because the cost really is free. The only cost is your time, right? It's your time. So how much time does it cost you? The same amount of time it costs you to be on social media anyway. Let me repeat that. How much time does it cost you? The same amount of time you're spending on social media anyway. So what is the real cost of this? It really is no cost. At the end of the year, if you're smart enough, if you follow advice, you're going to track your expenses with MyDailyChoice and they're going to give you whatever. And as long as you keep your money, if you, and let me tell you something, like myself, tax secret. If you're making money in this company, they have a way that you can get paid in crypto. And I know people don't want to get paid in crypto, but if you leave it in your e-wallet or you transfer it to, let's say USDT coin or whatever, if you want to transfer it to crypto, you won't really get a 1099. So I can be making $10,000 a month. Hypothetically, I can make $10,000 a month. That's $120,000 a year. And if I have it all going in my crypto, if I keep it in my e-wallet, that's a way that I don't have to pay taxes on it because it's not in dollar form, right? Only time I got to pay taxes is when I transfer it to my bank and it's paid to me, right? So that's a pretty awesome thing. And the fact that you can connect a CoinZoom account is even more amazing. So let's take a look at this again. All of your expenses, whether you buy stuff for yourself or for personal use, this is a business expense that you make as a subscription. All of that is reimbursed to you through the IRS. So the business really doesn't cost anything, right? So now the only cost you'd have is your time, but is that really costing you anything? Because you're already investing your time in social media. You're watching me. And so if you're watching me, then that's the same time you're watching me, you could be sending other people to watch me. You're doing it anyway. While they're watching you, hey, come watch this guy talk about Fuel Factor X, or hey, come to our Zoom and check it out. So you're just inviting people to join you in something that you're already doing, except now you're doing it and you're going to make money from it. So folks, if we're looking at this as a whole, essentially, the only thing it costs you to do business is your belief. Do you believe that you can make money doing what we're doing? That's your only cost. And if you do, the value you will get will way sure outweigh that cost because this compensation plan makes sure of that. And so let me just kind of scroll down to the comments here. Mike Jones, what's up, Kevin? Rick Green, what's going on, brother? Tax write-off, qualification, sir. Yes, sir. Business 101. You can write off as supplies. You can write off as a business expense. That's your cost of doing business. So all of it is your cost of doing business. As a matter of fact, let me go into pulling this up. All right. Let me pull this up exactly so I can show you this from the IRS too. So y'all don't think I'm talking off the side of my head. Let me pull this up here. And we'll see if I can find it. But I got to find it on the IRS website, right? It has to come from the IRS website. So I can't really, like quote outside of that. So, because I'm not a tax expert, so I got to keep it on the IRS website. So let's share. Okay. Small business advertising and marketing costs is tax deductible, maybe tax deductible. And you're purchasing your products and putting them on video is a marketing cost, right? Your cost to do business. So this is your tax tips. Advertising and marketing costs must be ordinary and necessary to be tax deductible. An ordinary expense is one that's common and acceptable in the industry, which is, that's what we're buying. Here are a few advertising expenses that are deductible. Reasonable advertising expense that are directly related to the business activities and expense cost institutional goodwill, advertising, keep the business name before the public. That's purchasing your product and showing it off. The cost of providing meals. Look at this. The cost of providing meals, entertainment, recreational facilities to the public as a means of advertising or promoting goodwill. So if you decide to have a meeting, that's tax deductible. If you decide to have a Zoom and you have to pay for a system for Zoom, that's tax deductible. If you decide to have a website, all that's tax deductible. So as you see, there's a small business, self-employed kind of tax signal. And you can actually go through here and you can see operating a business. As a matter of fact, did you know that part of your home is tax deductible as well? If you use that part of the home for office and it looks like an office, that part of your mortgage can be tax deductible. So these are things that, I'm not going to go through a tax lesson, but it really doesn't cost you anything to be in business. It costs you just your belief. That's it. Do you believe it can be done? Do you believe you can do it? Everything else we're providing training every Saturday to show you how to reach out to commercial places. So folks, you got an opportunity right now that you've never had before. People are going to look 10 years back at this opportunity like, man, I remember when gas was so doggone high and I was able to establish myself early, because as long as cars use gas, we're going to have customers. And I foresee cars using gas for maybe the next couple of years, maybe the next 10 years or so. I don't even think we're going to switch to electric. You know why? We haven't adopted it yet. So you got a nice, huge window of opportunity that is closing daily. Right now is your best bet. Here's my firm belief. I'm going to put this out there. I believe that I can make at least just me selling the product to my crowd, the people I know. I honestly believe that I'm going to make upwards of $500K doing this. I can believe I can make up to $500K doing this. I believe my team that's with me can do the same thing. As a matter of fact, there will be people on my team that exceed it. There are going to be some millionaires on my team. I don't know who they are. I mean, you haven't been discovered yet, but they're going to see this thing and they're going to run with it. Someone's going to go out here and close. Amazon, and Amazon going to be using stuff in their trucks. And somebody's going to have $1 million account. Somebody go out here and close Amazon or UPS or some huge fleet trucking place. Somebody can go out here and recruit. I got a whole team that's forming in Africa waiting for this to come. I got people, leaders in Africa already positioned. And when we launch this in Africa, they're going to be hitting the ground running. And so right now, the window of opportunity is closed. And I think if you're watching this and you're on the fence, well, folks, I can tell you that fence is costing you money. You got to get off the fence. Being on the fence ain't never good, right? The reason why a fence is created is to separate space. Well, folks, you need to choose which space you're going to be in, right? Don't be on the fence. And I can tell you right now that as fast as we're growing, it's going to be pretty quick that we end up in your backyard. You might see one of us in a 10-mile radius. You might see one of our cards or whatever. You can be like, man, that guy's in Florida. How do you get all the way here to Indiana? But see, you never know. Again, folks, social media travels fast. And see, even if you were in our group, right? You can have people out here working together in your organization and you can be making a lot of money. You know, if you're in Maryland, you can build an organization in Maryland. Maryland, from what I know, is still wide open. DC is wide open. Now, let me just tell you this. Let me tell you this. And Africa is already using it. I got a big team waiting on them. So, yep, he's right. Africa is using it. Up to 300 square feet. AJ Brown is right. You can use up 300 square feet. Internet service, everything is tax deductible. Folks, let me just tell you this. And I'll say this as bluntly as I can say this. Me personally, I'm not doing a lot of, I'm putting my effort into training and helping people build income, but I have pushed aside myself a while ago. You know, people that join me, my thing is helping them get up and running, right? I'm not even thinking about just going full stream ahead on my marketing. But once my team gets to a certain size, and once I have a few leaders who are on my team that start to take the reins and start to become leaders themselves, then, and that's going to happen pretty quick, then can you imagine if I sat here with all of my marketing prowess, all of my advertising powers? Could you imagine if I sat here and I looked on my team and I said, okay, this territory, there's nobody in this territory. Because I'm going to look on my team and see where they're at. I'm going to say, okay, I'm not going to go with this territory. But imagine if I were to go in a territory like, I don't know, I think Dallas, right? Let's say I don't see anyone on our team from Dallas, and I do my research and Dallas is wide open. And you're watching this from Dallas, and you're saying, man, I don't know if I should join. Well, because you're not down there in Dallas, I'm going to say, well, there's nobody in Dallas. I don't have a single leader in Dallas. So let me go ahead on and get a leader in Dallas and take the Dallas market. Well, maybe you're sitting there watching from Dallas and your friend or your cousin sees my advertisement. I say, hey, look, buddy, I don't have anyone in Dallas. I'm actually running all of my ads, all of my SEO, everything in Dallas right now because I want to build that Dallas market. That's going to be your market. And somebody can be like, whoa, because again, we're a team. So I'm not going to take that. I'm not local in Dallas, but I found a person in Dallas and say, hey, that's going to be your market. And when it happens, they'll have a whole market. So folks, you just never know what conversations are going on. This thing is spreading. So, don't let someone else take your market. Because again, the only thing it costs you is your belief. You put up some comments, and then with that said, I'm gonna let you guys think on that, because if you're looking at this, man, don't look too long. Maryland's not wide open for long. Get him out. Yep, Mike Jones already gonna take Maryland. So if you're in Maryland, y'all better rock and roll, because I know how Mike Jones is operating. Plus, he got this system too. So, woo! What's up, Miss Tina Buck? So yeah, folks, I just want to make this video and all just to tell you to, make sure you know the value of your offer, know the value of what you have, know the value of what you can do with this. If you understand that value, it's going to aid you in how you position yourself. And so, my thing is, it's a wide open market right now in a lot of places. And I'm just looking for some leaders who want to take advantage of it. Again, we already have everything established. You don't have to do much. We already got your presentations taken care of. We got training taken care of. We got a training site. All you got to do is plug in. That's it. Just take a plug in, and just use our tools and our resources and rock and roll. This is business that we have here on Team Supreme, and Legacy Builders is poised to take a leader and rock and roll. And some people are not happy where they're at. And, if you're looking for a good income and a good, product that literally people won't say no, because people are saying no to a lot of people, but they're saying yes to this. I've had people who have had success in this Fuel Factor X because they have a product that people say yes to. So folks, and remember, we're still going to be doing the spray. So tomorrow on Thursday, there's going to be a link. If you are interested, on my YouTube channel, on my page, I want to drop a link probably today. There will be the live broadcast of the sprays. We're going to do an interview. And if you're already on our team, make sure you log in your back office. And let me show this to you again, so you don't forget. Make sure you log into your back office. If you're on our team, you can make money from our stream. If you're on our team, you can make money from our stream. Let me show you how to do it. This is what you want to do. Let me log in first. I want to log in and show you the easiest way to just, we're going to do a whole show. You can profit off this podcast. So let me show you how to do this. What you basically want to do is, when you go in your MyDailyChoice back office, I'm going to show you this here. Just to make sure you guys know. If you don't know, share this video with someone. If you go to your MyDailyChoice back office, right here, you see there's already a stream available. What you want to do is you want to copy that link and you want to send it to people. And let's say you send it to people. What's going to happen is they'll be able to log in. If they're a guest, they'll be a guest. Well, let's say I'm logging as myself. And here's what happens. Let's say if I log into your stream, let me show you what's going to happen. So if I log in as a guest, what's going to happen is right here is going to be our live video that's playing. And to the left, while your guests are in here, as we talk about these products, your guests will be able to go in and get the product while we're talking about it. It's like the home shopping network, and they're going to see testimonials and they're going to want to get it. How convenient is that to have a stream where you can share the stream, and when people make a purchase, they're buying from your website? This is literally like, we're just giving you the right to print money. So literally, you share this link to everyone you know, let them know that it's going to be tomorrow at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. They come in, they watch, and we're going to tell them, hey, look, you can purchase a product right here. If you're watching this from our page, which they are, you can purchase your products right here, right now. And trust me, the way Candace does her interviews and the way we're going to be showing individuals that had results, you're going to have people purchasing back here. You just send them. So again, just to show you, you want to go in your back office, you want to copy that link, and you want to start getting people lined up for it. As a matter of fact, if we go on my Facebook page, there's already links out here as well, too. So you definitely want to. Oh, did we have a? Oh, did I miss our Zoom? I think I missed our Zoom too. I think I missed our Zoom by accident. I forgot. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I need to catch the replay. But as I said earlier, you'll see it on my page here. We already have this already available. So make sure you do that and you get in the back office. And folks, it looks like we got a team meeting. So let me make sure I hop on that because I don't want to be late for it. I think it was at 2:00. But let me see if it's still going on here. I forgot we changed it up for earlier. So let me see if it's still going on. And with that said, folks, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.